Okay, so kita tengok. So please respond ya Papaja bila cikgu call for your name. So please read the questions and give your answer. So respond. Okay, nampak apa ni? Kelas?
Nampak formative assessment 2.
Nampak?
Formative assessment 2.
Okay, nampak soalan lah. Minutes. Okay, kalau perasan ni soalan ni berulang-ulang. Soalan dia berulang-ulang benda yang sama je Tahulah apa masalah dia. Bina soalan tak apa cover keseluruhannya. Mana ni? Okay, number 1 Dura.
Yes, teacher. Diagram 1 show a human digestive system. Which of the parts A, B, C or D secrete juice that are needed to complete the digestion of peptides and disaccharides? My answer is A.
A. Okay, what is A? Class?
Liver.
Liver. So what are the functions of the liver in this digestion process?
Produced by
Produce bile, all right. Then, what is the role of the bile?
Prepare medium for peptides.
Sorry, louder.
Prepare
There are two
medium for
functions of bile.
reaction of enzyme.
To what?
Prepare medium for enzyme reaction.
What type of medium?
Alkali medium.
Alkali mediums. Okay. Alkali medium. Okay. Lagi satu fungsi bile yang lain.
Emulsify lipids into tiny droplets.
Emulsify lipid into tiny droplets. Ada yang mau masuk ni kejap. Okay. Formative assessment. Okay. Kalau kita tengok soalan ni, Papaja, dia kata peptides and disaccharides. Peptides and disaccharides. So the digestion ni akan berlaku dekat the last part of the organ that carry out the digestion process. So kalau kita pilih liver as you know tadi produce bile. So bile will be channeled into duodenum. So dalam duodenum, as we know, there are 3 enzymatic reactions occur. Okay, to break down the starch, to break down the polypeptides and also to break down the lipids. Itu. Sekarang soalan tanya nak complete digestion of peptides and disaccharides. So kat mana sebenarnya berlaku tindak balas ini? Dalam keseluruhan organ ni kat mana agaknya? Organ yang mana?
small intestine.
Small intestines, correct. Okay, so kita fokuskan lagi betul jawapan dia. Small intestine tu dekat yang mana satu, ada 3 bahagian small intestine, duodenum, jejunum and ileum. Which part of the small intestine that carry out the digestion of peptides and also disaccharides?
Duodenum.
Duodenum?
Ileum.
Duodenum dia carry out lipid digestions, starch digestions and also polypeptide digestions. Ini dia dah kata dah peptides and disaccharides. So disaccharide akan dipecahkan lagi menjadi monosaccharides. Monosaccharide dah tak boleh nak pecah lagi nanti. So kat mana? Dekat tempat yang terakhir lah berlakunya pemecahan itu. Okay, dekat you punya ileum. Okay. So agaknya apakah enzim-enzim yang terlibat dalam ileum tu, apa nama dia yang cikgu bagi short form tu before ni? Ingat tak lagi?
Pemalas.
pemalas. Okay, so semua itu adalah enzim yang berkaitan dengan kumpulan protein dan juga kumpulan karbohidrat. Okay, pemalas, peptidase ataupun erepsins, digest or hydrolyzes peptides into amino acids. You have that maltase that break down maltose. So maltose is disaccharides into glucose and also glucose molecule. You have that lactase, okay, that hydrolyzes lactose into glucose and galactose, and also sucrase hydrolyzes sucrose into glucose and also fructose. So the juice that's secreted by the ileum is called intestinal juice. Juice intestine, intestinal juice that contains the 4 types of enzyme ataupun 5 types of enzyme, termasuklah the lipase, okay, yang akan complete the digestions of the protein and also the digestions of the carbohydrates. So number 1 is C. Okay, so it's not a bile, it's not by the liver which produce bile. Kalau itu yang kita nak pilih, itu jawapannya lebih kepada dekat duodenum. Okay, reactions in duodenum. Okay, so bile produced by liver. And what is the name of the digestive juice that's secreted by the stomach? Class?
Gastric juice.
Gastric juice. Okay, so gastric juice contains the enzymes, okay, the pepsin and also the renin, termasuklah hydrochloric acids. Okay, and the C, they produce intestinal juice, and the pancreas here, the leafy shaped organs, produce pancreatic juice. Okay, and then D here, which is the part of the large intestine, the colon, okay, doesn't produce any digestive juice. Okay, but it's carried out the process of defecations and also reabsorptions of water. So number 1 is C. Number 2, Duha plus ke TV Duha. Zarina. Number 2, Zarina. Adakah nama pelajar Zarina? Ada kan?
Ada teacher.
Cepat.
Which of the parts labeled A, B, C and D secretes enzyme from digestion of fat? B.
What's that? What is B?
Pancreas.
Pancreas. Okay, what's the name of the enzyme produced by pancreas that will digest fat?
Pancreatic juice.
Okay, that is the juice. The enzyme name? Name of the enzyme that will digest fats or lipids? Class?
Lipase.
Lipase. Okay. So pancreatic juice contains lipase. So lipase break down, hydrolyzes lipids, okay, into fatty acid and glycerol. Okay. What is organ C?
Gallbladder.
Function of the gallbladder?
To store bile.
Store bile, yes. So number 2 is B. Number 3, Alia ada? Raja Nur Alia? Ada tak?
Ada teacher.
Okay. Ulang-ulang boleh sama je. Cepat-cepat.
Diagram 3 show part of human digestive system. What will happen if X is removed? My answer is B. Fat will not accumulate.
Sorry, fat will not?
Emulsified.
Emulsified. Betul ke jawapan dia di kelas?
Betul.
Betul.
Yes, it's correct. Okay. So as we know, the gallbladder contains the bile. So bile function is to emulsify fats or lipids into tiny droplets. Okay. Yes, number 3 is B. Next, number 4. Ain. Ain Johanna apa?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, number 4. Cepat.
Lipase solution was added to milk. After 30 minutes, the milk became more acidic. What was the substrate and product in this reaction? My answer is C.
So the substrate.
The substrate.
Students, please beritahu jawapan je. Beritahu jawapan je. Kita nak A, B. What's that? A stand for what? So dia tanya substrate and product. So name the substrate, name the product. Macam tu, jangan tiba-tiba my answer is C. So what? C tu apa? Bagi jawapan betul-betul. Menjawab soalan tu.
C is substrate, fat, product, fatty acid.
Is it true, class? Yes.
True.
Okay. Yes. Okay. So the lipase, as we know, breakdowns or hydrolyzes fats into fatty acids. Okay. So it's become more acidic because the presence of acids, the fatty acids. Apa lagi ni baru masuk ni? Okay, Steve. Number 5. Siapa lagi yang nampak ni? Azra.
Diagram 4 shows longitudinal section of villus. Which substance is absorbed into structure P? My answer is A, glycerol and vitamin D.
Okay, correct. What is X, class?
Lacteal.
So lacteal absorb all lipid digested product. Okay, the fatty acid, glycerol, and also lipid soluble vitamins, vitamin A, D, E, and K, and the rest absorbed by blood capillaries. Number 6. Nabil.
Diagram 5 shows 3 organs involved in digestion of protein: stomach, duodenum, small intestine. Which of the following shows the right sequence of enzyme involved? My answer is B, pepsin, trypsin, erepsin.
Okay, correct. Okay, so this is about digestion of protein, and as you can see from the diagram, the protein digestion started in stomach and end at the small intestines, ileum. So enzymes involved in the protein digestions, nama belakang ni semua ada in, pepsins, trypsins, erepsins. Ataupun nama baru erepsin adalah peptidase. Okay, next, number 7. Siapa lagi number 7? Amin ada masuk?
Okay. Ada. The following information is about amino acids. Excess amino acids cannot be stored in the body and are broken down in the liver through process K. What is process K? My answer is D, deamination.
Okay, correct. Deaminations. Okay, so this is an example of the process of assimilations that occur in the body cells. Okay, and if there is excess of amino acids, excess of the proteins, so it will be broken down into urea in the liver through a process called deaminations. Okay, so liver carry out deaminations, carry out detoxifications, carry out assimilations, carry out apa lagi, destroy of the blood cells, dan banyak lagi fungsi sel liver. Okay, yes, it's D, Dolly, deaminations. Number 8. Siapa lagi number 8? Lupa nama you all ni. Siapa lagi number 8? Najwa.
Yes, teacher. Number 8, statement below is the main function of the large intestine except B, formation of glucose.
Formations of glucose. Okay. Yes. So these are the roles of the large intestine: absorb water, absorb vitamins, form feces, dan juga dia juga merupakan the habitat for the good bacteria. Okay, next, number 9, Izati.
Yes, teacher.
Yes.
Diagram 6 shows a human digestive system. Which of the parts labeled A, B, C, and D is the structure that removes feces from the body? My answer is D, anus.
Anus, correct. Okay, so anus expel the feces. What is A? Class? What is A?
Colon.
Colon.
Kolon tu besar, ada bahagian-bahagian dia. Apa bahagian yang ni, A ni? This is cecum. Okay, this part is called cecum. And then you have colons. C is rectum. D, anus. Okay. Number 10, okay, the experiment to determine the content of vitamin C, the concentration of the vitamin C in the apple juice. Okay, may I know what is the formula to calculate the concentration of vitamin C? The formula, which is the volume of the ascorbic acid used to decolorize DCPIP solutions over the volume used by the juice to decolorize DCPIP solutions. Okay, so student, for information, DCPIP solutions, it stands for dichlorophenol indophenol solutions, okay, which is blue in color. So when we add with the fruit juice, the blue color will decolorize, okay, become colorless. So if the juice contains high concentrations of vitamin C, so there is the least volume needed to decolorize the DCPIP. And if the juice contains low concentrations of vitamin C, so we need more volume of the juice to decolorize the DCPIP solution. Itu konsep dia ya. So kita boleh detect the presence of the concentrations of the vitamin C by using chemical solution called dichlorophenol indophenol solution. Nanti jumpa nanti kita buat eksperimen ya. So kita akan investigate antara banyak-banyak fruit juices which has the highest concentration of the vitamin C ya. So from the formula, the volume of the ascorbic acid used over the volume of the fruit juice used to decolorize the CPIP solutions, and you have to times 1 milligram per centimeter cube. So what is the answer? 0.3 over 1.5 times 1. Jawapan?
0.2.
Okay. Ya. Nak aircon pula, tak payah aircon. Okay, so sebenarnya soalan exam awak ni cikgu macam tak bersetuju sikit sebab dia keluar banyak formula. Padahal dia tak carry out eksperimen. Entahlah apalah mereka fikir kan. Okay, next, number 11. Okay, you also have to calculate the amount of the energy value in fruit sample. Okay, so formula dia panjang ya, yang pernah cikgu sebut before ni, which you have to know. You have to calculate using the formula 4.2, okay, the specific heat capacity, which is 4.2 joule per gram per degree Celsius, and you have to times the volume, the mass of water, okay, and times the increase of the water temperature and divide to the mass of the food sample. Okay, so disebabkan jawapan dalam kilojoule means that you have to times 1000. Okay, so what's the answer?
A, 1.79.
Yes, 1.79 kilojoule per gram. So this also will be conducted, the experiment, we will carry out the experiment bila kita ada kelas bersemuka nanti ya. Okay, next, number 12. Siapa lagi number 12? Number 12. Najwa, cuba sebut Najwa ke tadi?
Dah teacher.
Najwa. Siapa lagi ni? Saya sebut ni. Okay, next, Ikmal 406. Ikmal ada tak?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. Number 12.
12. Which of the following factors? Ada teacher. Teacher.
Yes.
Okay, 12. Which of the following factors does not affect the daily energy requirement of a person? C. Blood group.
Okay, correct. Blood group. Okay. So remember, there are four main factors that affect the energy requirements. Okay, the age. So the young age requires more energy because of their high metabolic rates in the body. The body weight. Okay, so the person with small amount of the body weight has higher metabolic rate, so they need more energy. The occupations, so the person that carry out heavy works, vigorous work, okay, needs more energy. And lagi satu apa? Faktor lagi satu. Umur, berat, saiz badan, occupation, lagi satu apa? Gender. Okay, sex. Okay. So antara male and female, male needs more energy than female, okay, because of the metabolic rates in the body is higher than female. So the blood group is not affect the energy requirements. Okay, number 13, Ikmal 414. Another Ikmal, please. Ada ke tak ada tu? Tak ada.
Tak ada teacher.
Tak ada. Tadi hantar mesej kat cikgu kata kawan dia pergi vaksin. Ikmal 414. Dah gaib, tak tahu gimana. Okay, siapa lagi? Adam? Adam ada tak? Tak ada juga. Bahia?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, proceed with number 13.
13. Statement below is how to take care of the digestive system except Dolly, eating seafood every
Okay,
day.
correct. Okay. So we are not suggested to eat seafood every day because seafood contain more protein class. So the excess proteins, okay, will be broken down into urea, and this will produce increase the concentration of uric acid in your body. So when the uric acid accumulates, okay, at your joints, so this will cause arthritis disease, which is called gout. Pernah dengar penyakit gout? Gout lah, orang kampung kata gout. Pernah dengar penyakit tu?
Pernah.
Penyakit yang berkaitan dengan arthritis. Arthritis maksudnya yang berkaitan dengan sendi ya. So gout disebabkan oleh excess accumulations of the uric acids at joints. Joint tu sendi ya, joint sendi maksudnya adalah tempat di mana dua tulang bertemu, so dipanggil sebagai sendi ya. Jadi macam mana boleh wujudnya the high concentration of the uric acid? Because of the high intake of protein. So remember Pelajar, dalam pengambilan makanan seharian kita, yes, we need to take all 7 classes of nutrients, but it must in correct amount, correct quantity, correct proportion. Cannot be excess or less. Okay. 14. Siapa lagi? Fatihah ada? Ada ke kelas nama Fatihah? Ada?
Ada.
Astagfirullahaladzim. Kat mana juga tak nama you all ni? Lupa pula dah. Aduh, hai. Okay, next. Ya Allah, kenapa dah hilang ingatan nama you all semua ni? Mana dia tu? Dekat ada cuba tulis nama ni? Sini ya? Everyone. Okay. Hakim? Hakim new student. Okay.
Hello, teacher.
Yes. 14?
Diagram 7 shows an individual who suffers from an eating disorder. What is the type of eating habit shown in diagram above? D. Anorexia nervosa.
Anorexia nervosa. Is it true, class?
Yes.
Yes. What is the disease about? Apa ni?
Irregular eating.
Dia melibatkan psychology mental disorder. Okay, she think that she fat. She afraid to gain body weight. Okay, so dia takut sangat nak makan, nampak badan dia gemuk depan cermin, merasakan diri dia gemuk padahal tak gemuk, tapi dia merasakan diri dia gemuk dan sebab itu dia takut nak makan, tak nak makan supaya tidak mendapatkan, tak menjadikan berat badan dia bertambah. Okay, anorexia nervosa. Number 15. 15, siapa lagi? Jannah? Jannah ada?
Yes, teacher.
Okay.
Which of the following is not a factor contributing to obesity? My answer is B, eat a balanced diet.
Okay. It's a balanced diet. Okay, apa maksud balanced diet, kelas?
Pemakanan
seimbang.
Apa yang dikatakan seimbang tu, kelas?
Cukup karbohidrat, kurangnya lemak.
Kuantiti yang
So ingat tu, jangan cuba seimbang. Seimbang tu maksudnya apa? Okay, makanan itu mesti mengandungi 7 kelas nutrients. The carbohydrate, the protein, lipids, vitamins, minerals, roughage, water, mesti ada semua 7 tu yang diambil dalam jumlah yang betul. That is called balanced diet. Okay. Next, 16. Faik.
Yes, teacher. Diagram 8 shows the circulatory system of an organism. Which of the following organism has this type of blood circulation system? Fish. B.
Yes, fish. Okay, what type of the circulatory system shown, class?
Single circulatory system.
Is it only single circulatory system? Is your answer?
Single and closed.
Yes, single closed circulatory system. Okay, so it is a single circulatory system because the blood enter the heart once in complete cycle. It is called closed circulatory system because the blood travels or flows in continuous blood vessels. How about frog? What type of the blood circulatory system for frog? Class?
Incomplete double close.
Sorry? Incomplete?
Double close.
Double closed circulatory system. How about bird?
Double close.
Double close complete.
complete double close.
Yes, complete double closed circulatory system. So birds and mammals, okay, have same type of the circulatory system. And how about grasshopper?
Open.
Open circulatory system. Okay. Catat. Next, number 17. Nabila?
Diagram 9 shows the circulatory system of an organism. Which of the following is true about the circulatory system of an organism? D. 3 and 4. It has a 3-chambered heart and it has 2 atria and 1 ventricle.
Alright, correct. What type of the circulatory system called? Hello?
Incomplete double close.
Incomplete double close, yes. So this is belongs to amphibians and also reptiles, okay? Okay, number 18. Nurin. Dah sebut ke Nurin?
Belum, teacher.
Okay.
Diagram 10 shows a longitudinal section of the heart. Which of the part label A, B, C, or D receive blood from the kidneys? My answer is A,
So what is A?
right atrium.
Right atrium. Okay, correct. Okay, so the kidneys is means from the body cells, from all parts of the body cells. Okay, we return back to the heart. Okay, through the right chambers of the heart, which will be received by the right atrium. So the blood from the kidneys adalah deoxygenated blood. Okay, that will receive by a right atrium through vena cava. Okay, so A is the right atrium. Okay, so D, this is the left atrium and receive oxygenated blood from the lungs. Okay, next, number 19, Sophia.
Diagram 11 shows some of the cellular components of blood. Which of the following cellular components is correctly matches to its function? A. Cellular components. B. Functions ingest by bacteria cells and dead cells by phagocytosis.
Okay, correct. What is cell P, class?
Neutrophils.
Neutrophils. Okay, so this is the white blood cell leukocytes, which is cupula and granulocytes, and this is neutrophil. As you can see, okay, it has 2 lobe nucleus. Okay, so remember, neutrophil, it has 2 to 4 lobe of nuclei of the nucleus. Sorry, nuclei itu banyak pula. Yes, so the neutrophil carry out phagocytosis, which will destroy the bacteria, kill the bacteria, ingest the bacteria through a process phagocytosis. What is Q, class?
Red blood
Red
cell.
blood cell.
Red blood cell. Okay, so the red blood cell carry out function dia apa?
Transportation of oxygen.
Yes, correct. Okay, it transports oxygen. In what form?
Oxyhemoglobin.
Correct, oxyhemoglobin. Okay, it also transports carbon dioxide. In what form?
Carbaminohemoglobin.
Correct. Okay, so if the red blood cell transports carbon dioxide, it is in the form of carbaminohemoglobin. And another two ways, the carbonic acids and also the hydrogen carbonate ions that's transported by the plasma. Okay, what is cell R?
Lymphocyte.
Lymphocytes. Okay, so as you can see here, okay, it has nucleus with a little cytoplasm. Okay, so this is lymphocytes, and the functions of the lymphocyte is
Produce antibodies.
yes, produce antibodies. Okay, and as we learned before, lymphocytes produce by lymph nodes, okay, in your lymphatic system, and the lymphocytes produce antibody to destroy the pathogens ataupun the bacteria ataupun the microorganisms. Okay, and what is cell S? What is S?
Platelets.
Platelets. Okay, a fragments of the blood cells that manufactured in your bone marrow. And as we know, platelets involved in blood clotting mechanism. Okay. Next, number 20, Alicia. What, Alicia?
Yes, teacher.
Yes. 20.
Okay, diagram 12 shows a man with battery-operated pacemaker. Which of the following is the function of battery-operated pacemaker? So the answer is B, generate electrical impulse to initiate heartbeat.
Yes, correct. Okay, so the battery operated pacemaker, this is artificial pacemaker. So as we know, pacemaker is a group of specialized cells on the right atriums of your heart. Okay, so the pacemaker ataupun nama betul dia adalah sinoatrial node, SA nodes that will generate electrical impulse, okay, that will stimulate the heart beating. So kalau ada individu yang mengalami kerosakan pada dia punya SA node ataupun dia punya pacemaker, or in Malay we call it as a perentak. So perentak ni lah yang pencetus gelombang elektrik, okay, yang akan merangsang denyutan nadi. Jadi kita boleh mengatasi masalah itu dengan menggunakan artificial pacemaker, the battery operated pacemaker. Okay, yang mana function dia sama lah seperti SA node itu ataupun the pacemaker itu. Yes, it's a D. Next, number 21. Nafisa. Ada tak Nafisa?
Ada, teacher.
Yes, number 21.
Diagram 13 shows two types of human blood vessel. Blood vessel X, blood vessel Y. Which of the following statement is true about blood vessel X? My answer is B. It has high blood pressure.
Alright, this has high blood pressure. What is the blood vessel X, class?
Artery.
Okay. How about Y?
Vein.
Veins. Okay. So from the diagrams, what is the proof that this is artery? X is artery.
It has thick walls.
It has
Thick walls.
thick wall, yes,
Lumen.
thick muscular wall here. Okay. Lagi?
Small lumen.
Small lumen. The diameter of the lumen is small. Okay. So it also has thick wall so that it can withstand the high blood pressure. It has small lumen to produce high pressure of the blood flow. Okay. So remember, artery transport the blood away from the heart. So it needs high pressure to transport the blood. Okay. Which is further from the heart, far from the heart. And this is the veins with the large lumens, and this brings low blood pressure. And also thin wall, okay, to withstand that low blood pressure. And lagi satu, jangan lupa dalam veins ada valve yang tak ada dalam artery ya. 22. Diana? Soalan sama lagi.
Yes,
22.
Diagram 40. Diagram 40 shows the human heart. What will happen if structure are damaged? My answer is C.
Iaitu?
Prevent the backflow of blood.
Prevent the backflow of blood. Itu function apa ya, kelas?
Valve.
Valve. What is R as shown in the diagram?
SA node.
SA node. Okay, it's a pacemaker. So which is the correct answer?
B. Impulse cannot be generated.
Yes, impulse cannot be generated. Okay. So girls tadi tu bukan untuk backflow of blood ya, itu peranan valve. You cannot see valve here. Di gambar raja ni tak nampak pun valve tu. So valve dalam vessel. Ini dekat wall of the heart. So R itu adalah SA node ataupun umumnya dibagi sebagai pacemaker yang berfungsi to generate electrical impulse. Okay. So if it is damaged, so that the impulse cannot be generated. B. Okay, 23. Balkis.
Yes, teacher. Diagram 15 shows some of the process involved in blood clotting mechanism. Fibrinogen and fibrin. What will happen if Razif lacks M in his body? My answer is D. He may experience loss of blood if he is wounded.
Okay. What is M?
Thrombin.
What is M? M that will convert fibrinogen into fibrin. So what is substance M? Thrombin. Okay, thrombin. Okay, so when it converts fibrinogen into fibrin, then the fibrin will form a mesh of threads over the wounds and traps the blood cells from escaping out. So once the blood cells are trapped, so it will dry up and become before that dia akan jadi blood clot dulu, beku, lepas tu baru dia kering jadi scab, so that it can seal the wound and prevent the excessive of the blood loss. So untuk ini yes, is D. 24. Apa lagi? 24. Amir Zakwan.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, number 24.
Table 3 shows the result of a blood group test for student PQRS. Which student can donate his blood to a person who is of blood group A? My answer is C, RNS.
RNS to a blood group A. Okay. Okay, kita check sama-sama. For student P, what type of the blood group for student P?
A and AB.
Bukan A and B class. A and B is wrong. What type of the blood group for student P?
AB.
AB, blood group AB. Okay, apa bukti dia? Dia adalah dalam blood group AB.
Agglutination.
Agglutination in both antibody A ataupun antibody B. Okay, so remember, sekali lagi saya sebut, the blood group is determined by the presence of the antigen. Okay, so apa bukti ada antigen dalam darah tu? Jika berlakunya agglutination dengan antibody yang spesifik dengan antigen tu. Kalau antibody A agglutinate dengan antigen A, antibody B agglutinate with antigen B, ataupun dia akan react dengan antigen B, berlakulah agglutination tu tadi. Okay, jadi kat sini berlaku dalam both antibody, anti-A ni stand for antibody, anti-B ni stand for antibody B. So darah individu P ni dalam dia ada antigen A, that's why berlaku reaction dekat kumpulan antibody A. Dalam masa sama dia juga ada antigen B, okay, yang ada berlakunya agglutination dalam group antibody B ni. Jadi jika ada both antigen A and antigen B, so the individual is in blood group AB. How about student Q? What type of the blood group for Q?
A.
Okay, so Q is in blood group A. Student R?
B.
Okay, blood group B. Student S?
O.
O. So soalan tanya apa? The blood that can donate to group A. So sorry, who is the blood group A? So which one can donate the blood? Who is blood group A? So siapakah dia?
Q and S.
Q and S. Okay, so Q is blood group A, while S adalah blood group O. So Q maksudnya A dengan A no problem. S, O boleh donate pada blood group A because O tak ada sebarang antigen, jadi tidak ada masalah sebab takkan berlaku any blood agglutination. Okay, so 24 is B, boy. 25, Alia dah sebut ke tadi? Dah kot?
Dah, teacher.
Okay, Aina.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, number 25.
A married couple has different Rh factors. Their first child is a rhesus positive. All the subsequent pregnancies end with miscarriage. Determine the rhesus factor for the parents and the miscarriage fetus. My answer is B. Father rhesus negative, mother rhesus positive, and miscarriage fetus rhesus negative.
Is it, class? Okay, mother positive, fetus negative. Is it the answer?
No.
No. Is mother positive, father negative, positive is dominant over negative rhesus. Okay, so of course then the child will be in the rhesus positive too. Okay, jika ini yang berlaku, mak positif, bapa negatif, anak bukan negatif, anak dia positif macam mak dia. Okay, so yang mana jawapan yang betul?
D.
D, Dolly. Okay, so father positive, mother negative, then the child will be positive. So the positive child has a different rhesus factor with its mother, okay, which is the rhesus negative. So ini akan berlakunya miscarriage because the mother will produce antibody of the rhesus to destroy the rhesus antigen of the fetus on the red blood cells. Okay, so that will occur in the condition called erythroblastosis fetalis. Erythroblastosis fetalis. So 25 is Dolly. 26 Fakihah. Okay. Correct. Okay, so berlakunya the backflow of the blood. Okay, so kenapa berlakunya backflow of the blood? Sitting for a long time. What happened? Why the backflow of blood occurred? Why?
Damage of valve.
Sorry?
Damage of valve.
Damage? Is it about damage? Something damage? Sitting for a long time. So kaitkan ni, kataan ni sitting. So bila dia sit for a long time, so what is the effect? Okay, as you can see here, the valve is closed, the valve is open. Apa yang menyebabkan the open and close of the valve? Class.
Contraction and relaxation.
Contractions and the relaxation of the skeletal muscle. Okay, so remember that. The valve open when the skeletal muscle contracts. So this produces pressure and open the valve. So when the valve open, the blood will flow forwards, okay, in one direction. And when the skeletal muscle relaxes, okay, the pressure becomes lower. So this will close the valve. So when the valve closes, so this will prevent the backflow of the blood. Itu yang berlaku. That's why secara umum kita katakan the valve berfungsi to ensure the blood flows in one direction ataupun to prevent the blood from flowing backwards. Okay. Jadi macam mana katakan dia bergerak sahala ataupun berputar balik, kaitkan dengan penutupan dan bukaan valve tadi. Okay, waktu masa contract ataupun waktu masa sedang relax, skeletal muscle. So when you sit for a long time, kita masuklah in the bedridden ke apa, okay, tak berlaku movement. So tak berlaku movement maksudnya tak berlakulah contraction of the skeletal muscle to move the bones, to move your leg, to move your arms dan sebagainya. Jadi itu yang berlaku ya. So ni untuk kaki dia duduk. Maksudnya dia duduk lama, so kaki awak tu yang tak bergerak tergantung lama begitu ya. So 26 is A. Next 27. Siapa lagi ni? Siapa lagi ni? Siapa lagi sebut ni? Macam ramai dah sebut ni. Ini juga yang datang ni. 30 orang je. 32. Adam ada tak lagi? Sekali lagi Adam. Ada ke tak ada Adam? Tak ada lagi. Aiman? Aiman? Tak muncul juga lagi. Aiman? Siapa lagi cikgu belum panggil tadi? Kelas?
Nabil Ashraf.
Cepat. Siapa yang cikgu tak panggil tu? Cuba jawab nombor 27. Come on. Cepatlah, lagi soalan lagi ni. Cepat.
A man having chest pain undergoes angiogram to check the condition of his heart. Diagram 17 shows the blood vessel P. What is the name of the blood vessel? My answer is C, coronary artery.
Correct. It's a coronary artery. Okay, coronary artery adalah the blood vessel that transport the blood from the heart towards the wall of the heart. From the heart to the wall of the heart. To the wall of the heart adalah to the cardiac muscles tissues on the wall of the heart. Okay, so it is called coronary artery. So if the coronary artery is blocked, so that it cannot transport sufficient of oxygen and glucose towards the cardiac muscle tissues on the wall of the heart, so that the muscle tissue cannot contract and relax. Okay, meaning before that it cannot get enough energy. Okay, when the supply of oxygen and also the glucose is low, the rate of the cellular respiration carried out by the cardiac muscle tissue also low. So this produce less energy. Okay, menyebabkan the muscles need to contract and relax with less of energy, lack of energy. Dan lama kelamaan menyebabkan rasa chest pain berlaku ataupun disebut sebagai angina. Okay. Umum chest pain. Lebih tepatnya perkataan dia angina. Kenapa? Sebab otot kardiak bekerja dalam keadaan kurang tenaga. Okay. So that is a coronary artery. And this related with the cardiovascular diseases nanti. Penyakit-penyakit berkaitan dengan jantung kan. Bunyi lah macam coronavirus pula kan. Okay, 28. Who else? Try. 28. Ikmal 414 tak ada balik ke tak ada? Ikmal Min. Ni. Tak ada Ikmal kat sini.
Lagi vaksin teacher.
Lagi vaksin kot. Tadi cikgu hantar mesej ada Ikmal ke yang begini? Okay. Farah?
Yes, teacher.
Try 28.
28. The diagram 18 shows the relationship between the lymph capillaries, blood capillaries, and the body cells. Of the following, which statement are true? Number 1, flow of blood from S to T forms tissue fluid. Number 2, U has high concentration of antibodies to destroy pathogens. Number 3, tissue fluid provides moisture and all necessities for body cells. Number 4, tissue fluid will diffuse into U down the concentration gradient. My answer is C. 2, 3 and 4 only.
2, 3 and 4 only. Why you didn't choose statement 1? Flow of the blood from S to T form tissue, body tissue fluid. Betul ke salah ni kelas? Statement 1, betul ke salah ni? Okay, kalau kita tengok gambar rajah ni, nampak ni flow ni daripada sini pergi ke body to the body cell. Okay, agaknya apakah what type of the blood vessel S di sini? Arteriole, yes. Okay, ni kumpulan arteri ya, sebab dia pergi ke body cell. Saya nak ke body cell. Okay, so ini you punya blood capillary. Jadi sebelum blood capillary itu bernama arteriole. Selepas blood capillary, awak tengok dia punya arrow ya Pak Pajar. Exam awak boleh bagi macam-macam Pak Pajar. Buku test awak mungkin bagi arrow di sebelah kiri ke kanan, ini kanan ke kiri. Tak kisahlah, tengok arrow tu macam mana kan. So darah datang daripada sebelah sini, maksudnya daripada arteri yang sini, arteri sini yang punya vein. Okay, kat sini punya bahagian kumpulan vein ya. Okay, so the flow of the blood from S to T will form tissue fluid. This is correct. Okay. So S is arteriole, T is venule. Jadi tengah-tengah ni apa? Blood capillaries. So dalam S, dalam blood capillaries, dalam T semua ni mengandungi blood. So bila darah mengalir daripada arteriole nak kepada venule, dia mesti merentasi blood capillary. So as you can see here, the diameter of the blood capillary is smaller than arteriole. So that this produce high hydrostatic pressure in the blood capillary that will pushes the content of the blood plasma out of the blood capillary into the spaces between the body cells ataupun into the intercellular space. So once the fluid is in or at the intercellular space, it is called as tissue fluid ataupun lebih tepatnya dipanggil sebagai interstitial fluids. What is U, class? Lymphatic capillary. So that is a lymphatic capillary which is located between the body cells juga. So remember, lymphatic capillaries and also blood capillary, dia punya kedudukan is between the body cells. Bezanya, the lymphatic capillary ada closed-ended, blunt-ended. Blood capillary has open-ended at both sides. But for the lymphatic capillary, salah satu hujung dia tertutup. Nampak ni blunt. Okay. Tapi mereka berdua di celah-celah cells. So the answer is all 1, 2, 3 and 4. Dolly. Okay. Okay, so as you know, the U has high concentration of antibody, okay, because U is the lymphatic fluid. So lymphatic fluid mengandungi more lymphocytes that produced by the lymph nodes, okay. So lymphocyte will produce antibodies, correct. Number 2, tissue fluid provides moisture and the necessity for the body cell. Betul, that is the functions of the tissue fluids ataupun interstitial fluids to moisten the body cells, buffer the body cells and also provides all the substances required by the body cells. And the tissue fluid will diffuse into the U down the concentration gradient. Yes, it's also correct due to the osmotic pressure. Okay, which the U has higher concentrations of the substance compared to T, so that the substance will diffuse from the space into the T by diffusion. Okay, so the answer is all for 28. 29, which is not true about lymphatic system. What is the answer, class?
C.
C. Okay, transport glucose amino acid. So this is transported by your blood circulatory system. Okay, by the blood capillaries in the villus. Okay, so blood capillaries is under the blood circulatory system. Transport lipid droplets, correct? Okay, it's absorbed by the lacteal. Lacteal is a part of the lymphatic system. Lacteal is the example of the lymphatic capillaries that absorb lipid digested products. Okay, and the system also produces and store lymphocyte, correct? Okay, this is produced by lymph nodes along the lymphatic vessels. Also returns the leak blood plasma into the circulatory cell. So this is the main functions of the lymphatic system, to return back the blood plasma ataupun the interstitial fluid, okay, that remains at the spaces between the body cell back into the blood circulatory system. Okay, so 29 is C. The last questions, again about the lymphatic system of humans. What is the role of K? But before that, what is K, class? What is K from the diagram? What is K? Apa ni? It found along the vessels, the lymphatic vessels. Dalam lymphatic system tu apa dia?
Lymph nodes.
Lymph nodes. Okay, so this is lymph nodes. So which is the correct answer?
C.
C. Okay. So C ni cikgu kurang bersetuju dengan ayat produce antibody. Okay. So lebih tepatnya dia produce lymphocyte, yang mana the lymphocyte yang akan produce antibody. But the statement C can be accepted lah berbanding yang lain-lain kan. Okay. So remember lymph nodes ada dua functions. Pertama, filter the lymphatic fluids from any foreign substance and also microorganism. Dia filter dulu. Kedua, baru dia menghasilkan, it produce and store lymphocytes, yang mana lymphocyte akan produce antibody, yang mana antibody itu pula yang akan destroy the antigens ataupun the pathogens. Okay, so the 30 is C. Okay, so itulah dia. Kita punya discussion. Cikgu tak nak buka punya ni lagi. Nanti hari kelas berikutnya cikgu baru buka, you all semak kemudian sebab ada kelas semai awal yang tak ada hari ni. Okay, so you all apa ni sekarang ni? Nama cikgu ke apa? Nama cikgu lah kan. Okay, so itulah dia objektif kita. So pastikan awak boleh semak sendiri lah apa awak jawab sebelum ni kan. Mungkin awak dah jawapan sendiri berapa puluh dapat ataupun